Hey, everyone. Oh, we're lacking one grower. That's okay. I feel like I've said that before. Is that a thing I've said before? Anyway, welcome to Attack of Opportunity. This is a live D&D campaign that we are running. I've taken to calling it, I don't know if I told you guys this, but I've taken to calling it a home-brew mashup campaign, because I'm just like mashing a whole bunch of random pre-made adventures together.
That works.
But yeah, so we're going to play some D&D. We are Attack of Opportunity. We play every Sunday at 4 p.m. We have Mikey, the other way. He's playing Gror. We have Zart. He's playing Nain. Below me is Emily playing Rhiannon. And then the other way, Colleen playing Bones. And then Chelsea playing Ani. I'm missing stuff. Zart, help me fill in what I'm missing.
You can follow us on social. On Twitter, it's Attack
That's
of
what I was
Op,
missing.
and on Facebook, you can search Attack of Opportunity, and we should pop right up. Give us a like, give us a follow. If you're following us on YouTube, make sure you subscribe and get notifications. And also a new one, we are starting now on Twitch. So you can find us on twitch.tv/attackofop. Make sure you go ahead and give us a follow, and if you want to subscribe, that would be awesome. We'd love it.
We are actually not live on YouTube today, which is a first since we started doing this.
But you'll be able to find the archive copies.
Yeah, you'll be able to find us on YouTube.
Yep.
Which is weird. I don't know. We just made the switch. Twitch is better. We have a better audience here.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, one
all of you guys.
Yeah, one other announcement. We're starting some new shows over the next few weeks, right? So next weekend we're starting an currently unnamed puzzle show. The concept's all fleshed out, but it doesn't have a name. We're working on that. And then the playing with myself that I've done a few times just to fill gaps. We're going to be doing that every week, and sometimes it'll be playing with others because it's important to play with others.
Wait, Trey, that playing with myself, that sounds kind of dirty.
Yeah. It's the internet, man. It's the internet. What do you want to do? So are you guys ready to play D&D?
Yeah.
All right.
I think so.
Then let's play D&D.
Wait, where are my spells? Oh, God.
I hope you didn't misplace
Okay,
them.
I'm ready.
Oh,
ready.
no.
I got my spells.
All right. So last time we played was... like at this point, it feels like 3 weeks ago. In reality, it was 2 Sundays we missed, right? It was like 3 weeks
So
ago.
3 weeks ago.
3 weeks ago,
Yep.
yeah. That's why it feels like 3 weeks. So 3 weeks ago was the last time we played. And you guys had gone in to rescue some civilians from some goblins and orcs that had taken over some ruins during a thunderstorm. They had been raiding homes across the realms, searching for something. Turned out it was the woman that you had rescued in an adventure previous, named Bella. And you rescued her and her son, Eli, from the goblins and orcs. Bella had inherited a large sum from her father, who left it in a secret vault that nobody was aware of until the goblins and orcs found it. After saving them, you went back and you also saved, along with Bella, Deva and Davy. I remember because they had really weird D names.
Yep.
But you saved Deva and Davy. You took them back home as well. They lived near Bella and Eli. Sadly, Bella's husband, Jacob, had died in the orc raid that got her kidnapped. Deva gave you guys some almonds, I think. And then Bella put you up for the night, and you made plans in the morning to set back out and retrieve an emerald that was used to barter for the group's life, essentially, as you guys almost died saving all these people. And that's where we find us. We find ourselves the next morning in Bella's kitchen/living room, debating where the day takes us.
Well,
Where does the day take us?
Oh, boy. Well, hey, so I can't remember how it all transpired because it feels like it's been 3 weeks.
Okay, I know. You guys slept for so long.
I slept hard, guys.
So long.
I was tired. But if I recall, there is a gem we have to recover because I accidentally gave it away.
Yeah, didn't somebody know where they like came across a group of orcs or something? We had somebody mark our map, I thought, with a location where they thought they fought them.
Yeah.
They like killed them, and we just have to go like loot the bodies and find this gem.
Yeah, they had burned the bodies, and just kind of scoffed at you when you said that they had some sort of emerald and they would have missed it or something. I don't know. They were upset about it.
Well, I think so. They did tell us where that is,
Yes.
right? We just haven't
Yeah, they
gone
did.
there yet.
Yeah.
So hey, step 1, let's get that gem back because there's something we have to do with the gem.
We were supposed to bring it back to, was it Captain Hovac or Captain Harkin?
Wasn't
Or
it?
what's his name?
Wasn't there? No, there was something else. Rhiannon, it had something to do with you.
Yeah, it was like the dude in the pub that I talked to that wanted it. Like in the very
You
first.
wanted it?
You're correct. I mean, don't ask her this question. That's what happens.
Yeah, there was a guy in the pub that sent us on that mission. I don't remember a lot about him.
It was in the first session. You met a man in the pub who knew a little bit about your background and offered work to you to go retrieve this gem for a lady who had it stolen by one of the orc raiding parties. It had particular value to this woman.
I mean, is it important to you if I don't particularly like the gem accomplished what it did for me. I don't particularly care if we go get it or not, but hey, I like a sparkly thing.
Ooh.
Rhiannon, does it matter to you? Should we go get it?
At this particular
Kind of your mission,
moment,
huh?
it's not incredibly important. We can get to it later if it, if that makes
Will
things
it-
easier for you guys. But I'm along for the ride.
Will it still be there? Should we go get it and then worry about what we're gonna do?
If I remember correctly, the guards you encountered, you questioned about it, and they said they didn't find such a thing, and so your conclusion was it was still there. They had burned the bodies. You were going to go check the remains.
Right.
Yeah.
Might as well then.
Right.
Okay, so let's go find it. We'll figure out what we're gonna do with it later. And hey, if we have to sell it, we sell it.
Okay.
Okay.
Money in the bank.
Every little bit helps us at this point.
Right.
Mhm.
Yep.
Okay, so step 1, go find the gem.
Hopefully.
Hopefully, go look for it.
All right. So you guys set out. As you start to set out, Bella hands you another bag of biscuits, much like the biscuits she gave you before. She says, "Please, thank you again for all of your help. I hope that we'll see you again soon."
Yeah, we'll come back for some more of these biscuits.
I was just going to say, yeah, we'll definitely be back eating a biscuit.
The biscuit is buttery, warm. Surprisingly, as you bite into it, some steam rises out of the middle. They're very fresh.
Fresh AF.
Fresh AF biscuits. Cool. So you guys set out to find the burnt orc corpses. They had marked a spot on your map a little bit north of Bella's farm. Though you want to be traveling south, gem's important. So they had marked a spot on your map a little bit north of Bella's home, and yeah, it's probably about 45 minutes walk for you. The morning is crisp, cool. It's not raining anymore. It had been raining for essentially the last week.
It's good to dry out.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a very nice morning. As you approach the area where the bodies were being burned, the stench hits you in a way that not many things can. It pierces your nose with a burning. The smell of burned meat kind of hits the air, but it's more acrid than what you'd normally get off of a grill or something like that.
Almost like burning orcs.
Yeah, almost like burning orcs. On the ground, as you near the charred area where the bodies had been, the ground is soaked in a purplish and greenish fluids, as many of the orcs probably bled to death here.
Squishy.
Gross.
Squishy. Orc blood, bud.
Or glug bug.
Ani gags a little bit.
Yeah.
All right, so you have in front of you essentially a big black pile of ash, bone. There's some metals around in here. How are you finding your gem in this mess?
I take out my long sword. I don't want to touch any of this directly if I don't have to, so I'm kind of shifting through with my sword.
Okay. As you kind of enter the pile of remains, it's still warm. Yeah.
Still gagging as I go.
Go ahead.
About
And,
98.6 degrees.
about 90. Go ahead and make a. Who's searching?
I
I'll
am.
start looking too.
I am.
Yeah.
Yeah. Groar into.
I'll watch guard. I don't much feel like digging through a pile of stinky corpses.
Okay.
Oh, I'm into it.
Oh, I do,
All right, everybody, go ahead. Everybody that's searching, go ahead and no, everybody, go ahead and roll perception.
Ooh,
Oh shit.
perception. 18.
14.
3.
I got an 11.
Let me check because I'm pretty sure my modifier is whopping 0. It is 3.
3. Ani, you're just kind of shuffling through the charred remains of things. Oh, bone, and then you see something shiny, and it's just a stupid ring.
I'm like drawing pictures with my sword in the ash.
Yeah. Nain, what was yours?
18.
18. Okay. And Bones, you had an 11.
Yeah.
And Rhiannon, I'm sorry.
17.
17. Okay. 18 and 17. You guys are sifting through the ash, and you find several big black hunks that, as you polish them off, turn out to just be rocks or just bent, melted chunks of metal. But Rhiannon, as you're digging through, you find one that, when you polish it off, it's green underneath, and you polish it off more, and you find the green gem.
No
I
shit.
got it.
No shit.
No.
Nice.
Bones, even though she said she got it, you were still looking around because you were looking for something interesting other than the gem. And you find this very peculiar black finger bone
Nice.
that, while it was probably white at one time, you can't get the color to come back. It's just straight black. And it's linked together, and yeah, it's very nice.
Nice.
Very nice.
It's very nice. It's very nice finger bone. Groar,
Yeah.
you looking around, notice that there's a few guard that stopped while they were walking down the road and stopped to just observe what you were doing, and begin to walk up to you as they see Rhiannon reach in, pull out the gem, and say, "I got it." They walk up and say, "What are you doing here?"
Say, greetings, sirs. Do they appear to be wearing like the guard outfits from the camp that we were
Yeah,
at?
it looks a lot like the militia garb.
I'd be like, oh, hello, militiamen. We're friends of Captain, what's it, Hovark? What's his name?
Oh,
Back.
Captain Hovac.
Yeah. We're here retrieving a lost item. Sounds like my friend just found it.
Oh, well, you, all right. Carry on. They kind of eye you very suspiciously and continue.
I eye them suspiciously back.
Ooh.
It's weird to see a dwarf digging through black soot. So you guys find the gem, and yeah. Now where are we off to?
I'm gonna
Well,
Yeah.
tuck it away in my backpack and hang on to it. And
after Rhiannon says that she found the gem, can I just do kind of a glance around to see if there's any like armor or weapons that can be salvaged here?
Not really. Anything here has been melted or dented and is ruined. Anything salvageable, unless it looked like a black rock, like this gem, was just taken by the guards that had
Okay.
killed these
I don't
orcs.
care about-
Did we ever take these potions that we got and go have them priced or look at that?
Rhiannon was going to look at them, but for some reason she didn't when we were with you last time. Do we remember what they were?
There's a fun
I
fact. You
have
can dip your
description.
finger in and take a little taste.
Yeah,
And you can determine what it is without dying, basically.
yeah. It's just a thing you can do. I'm just trying to remember what they were. I can tell you what they are.
I have just little description.
Yeah, there's one
Yeah,
that's
go ahead.
red and it smells like charcoal.
Okay.
There's one that's clear with no smell.
Okay. Just 1 second.
The third one I have written down as a greater healing. I think we already figured
I
out.
have-
Yeah, that one you knew.
But
Was
the other
this
two
from
we
the-
have to figure out.
Was this just from the last session? Sorry.
Yes.
Yes,
Yeah,
that's
okay.
why you haven't
why
done it yet,
I'm
because
like,
you weren't there
I
to
have
do
this
it.
written down. Okay.
We were gonna have you identify them, and then we
Where did it
didn't.
go? That's
And then I ran away.
Hang on 1 second. I gotta scroll for a second. Potion.
Okay.
Okay, so the one that tastes like charcoal is potion of fire resistance. The one that's clear and kind of tasteless is a potion of climbing.
Ooh, cool. So who has those? Bones, you have those?
I think Roar picked them up. I don't know where they went from that point.
Oh, I did find those, yeah. I don't know if I kept them. I don't have them in my notes.
I
Well,
just wrote
Rhiannon has
down-
them now.
Yeah, Rhiannon's got them.
Yeah, there you go.
All right.
Do you want to just hang on to those, and we'll figure out what to do with them later?
Like,
Yes.
drink them.
Well, yeah, but like who and when? And...
Need both of them right now.
Right now.
All right.
Go climb down a volcano.
Yes. It's got to be within.
I hadn't considered that as a possibility until this point, but man, that sounds pretty sweet.
It still hurts really bad.
All right, so you guys are setting back out on the road here at this point.
Yes.
All right, so you got your gem. We figured out what the potions were. You set out on the road. You have a long day of travel in front of you. In fact, you have probably a week or more's travel in front of you.
Holy shit!
As you are in the north and need to travel just a little bit south of Waterdeep.
Guys, it's only been like an hour, but I already ate all the biscuits.
I don't believe you.
I want
Show
to.
you the empty basket.
I want to hang back behind Nain a little bit as we're like behind him, and every once in a while, like every 20 minutes or so, I chuck a pecan at him.
Dink.
So,
Like right at the back of his
are
head.
you wearing a metal helmet? I don't remember.
No, I've just got a chest plate.
Okay, so every once in a while you hear this, like, hit the back of your shirt.
No, I'm chucking
Probably.
him at his head.
Oh, you're chucking him in his head? Okay, then you have a bunch of
the back of his
pecans
head.
stuck in your hair? Do you have hair?
That's cool. Oh, yeah.
All right.
Do you have hair?
You have long, beautiful red hair. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's stuck in your hair.
Yeah,
Nice.
just every once in a while I chuck pecans at him.
Nice.
Wonderful. Your day goes on mostly uneventful as you continue traveling down the road. You find yourselves kind of looking back and reviewing the events of the last few days and these strangers you have amongst you. And
It's been a weird couple days, y'all.
where y'all are headed together.
We're headed south.
We're going to Nightstone.
No, I mean I know where you're headed, but these are the
Oh,
Really, where we're headed.
these are the things you all are contemplating as you travel down the road
Ah.
on your
Yes.
long
I see.
journey with your strange friends.
Hmm.
As
Say-
go ahead.
Yeah, I'd say to Nain, although I miss the Iron Hills, these new companions are hardy folk.
Yes.
Perhaps we'll find more dwarves. Although
Let's
I
hope.
doubt it.
Oh.
Thud on the back of me. Think.
He's deathly allergic to pecans, and now he's breaking out in hives.
Oh no.
Oh, and every time he turns around, I'm doing like the total like.
Yeah, right.
Just walking under a lot of pecan trees. Pecans come from
Somebody's gonna get
trees?
slapped.
Pecan's a tree nut? I don't even know.
I don't
You
know.
live in the South, you should know.
I don't grow pecans.
Why not?
I thought that was something you got once you moved down
You
there.
just have to start growing pecans and peaches. It's a thing.
Welcome to the South. Here's your country.
Yeah.
Bush. Thing.
Bush?
It is
Plant,
a tree.
root. I don't know. Chat, is pecan a tree nut? I don't even know who's in chat. I see people though. I see you there. All right. Anyway, okay. So y'all are making your way down the road as the day begins to draw to a close. It's a very uneventful day. Y'all are just quietly contemplating your ever-present glooming fate.
I don't know about that.
The day begins to draw to a close, and as you make your way down the road, off in the distance, you see a fairly large camp that has been set up in a little outcropping. There's a lot of noise, there's music coming from the camp. It looks very festive and fun.
I don't know about this.
I just want to update you from the chat. Apparently, the pecan is a tree nut.
Perfect. Thank you. Thank
yeah.
you. Thank you.
Thanks to Party Gnome.
Perfect.
See, these are the important topics.
This is why we're here. To learn
Absolutely.
about pecans.
I throw another pecan at Dane.
So you see this carnival up. It would be on your right as you're approaching. It's a good 150, 200 yards away at this point, maybe further. No one at the carnival has noticed your presence. They're all celebratory, playing music, laughing.
I super want to go hang out at this carnival.
I have pretty much the opposite reaction.
I'm with Rhiannon, but I have a little bit of trepidation. Hold on.
The
Let
only
me
thing
do.
that I want to know is if there's a strength contest here at the carnival.
It's like a straight up carnival. It's not a.
I mean, it's not like a
carnival.
carnival. It's like a camp, but there's a guy juggling. There's a guy swallowing swords. A guy juggling fire.
Circus.
Yeah, it's like a bunch of traveling performers, most likely. If you had to jump to a conclusion.
And I think
Whole
we should-
flock of bards. Yeah, I want no part of that.
Does anybody? Does
The
anybody?
200 some odd year old war cleric is like, I ain't got no time for fun and games.
I don't think this will work, but I'm going to do it anyway. I'm going to do a quick divine sense. So within 60 feet of me, I can detect any celestial fiend or undead.
Okay. Just 1 second.
Just to be safe.
Anybody else want to do anything while we're inspecting this camp?
I will look on disapprovingly as all of my companions seem really excited. And progressively
hey.
follow intel, you know? Like, I'm not gonna just like...
I'm checking.
But you're going to
I'm
grumble
checking.
about it.
Yeah, I'm visibly a little displeased, yeah.
I would like to cast mage armor just in case.
Okay.
Doesn't that last like 8 hours now?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's sweet. I would cast that just in case all the time, too.
Yep.
Beginning of the day.
Wake up, mage armor.
Okay. Okay. I actually had to look up something.
Gror, don't you have favorite enemy Carney? Isn't that a thing?
Favorite enemy is fun for Gror.
Yeah, right. He hates fun.
Yeah, just no enjoyment at all.
He's chaotic grump.
Oh, guys, we found the fun governor.
All right, so
Yeah,
I'm sorry,
okay.
Divine Sense. You cast Mage Armor. That was the other thing. Okay, I was just trying to run through what else happened. Divine Sense. You do not get any sort of. You don't sense anything strange here.
No fiends, no undead.
No fiends, no undead.
Great.
Just good old fashioned fun.
Great.
The
I'll go with
enemy
that.
of dwarves everywhere.
Okay, I'll look at specifically at Glor and say, I don't detect any evil. If
Nor
that
do I.
helps.
Quite the opposite, in fact. That's why I'm hesitant.
All right, who's coming with me? I'm going in.
I am.
Yes,
I'm
I'm
coming.
coming, I say.
All right, so you all head towards this jubilant campsite. As you approach, you begin to see, as you approach, you begin to smell delicious smoked pork and spices. You notice near the back of the camp several barrels of ale set up, ready to be poured into your flagon.
Gore's a little less grumpy now. He's like, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
You
Salted
see
pork. Yep.
you see you see a number of people milling about the camp. You see a human who seems to just be running about taking care of different jobs. And you see a tiefling who seems to be just kind of organizing the rest of them. You see a human that appears to be practicing some sort of dance off in the distance.
A dance off.
A dance off in the distance. He's dancing with the distance.
Yeah.
That's weird, right? And then you see an acrobat doing flips. And, just many other people hanging out at this camp. There's a man swallowing swords, a man blowing fire. There's a wizard doing weird, crazy effects with lights. And so as you approach, the tiefling walks up to you and she greets you jubilantly. She says, sorry, I lost my place.
That's okay, ma'am.
Oh.
I go, holy shit! Here's a giant lizard person.
Oh god.
And they're not the ones breathing fire.
Crazy demon chick, right? That's what the tieflings are. They're like
Tiefling,
half,
yeah.
Half devil.
Yeah, they're not lizards.
just half demons.
Yeah, but they're not
Right.
lizards.
Well, they're half demons.
You are approached by this tiefling woman. And as she approaches, you notice her pale blue skin, and that her tail is very subtle for a tiefling. So are her horns, also very subtle.
I'll say to everybody, watch your coin purses.
She has very delicate features, very very simply dressed, and she appears beautiful. And she comes up to you and she says, "Oh, hello, travelers. My name is Synn. Welcome to our camp. We're on our way south, and we're going to put on a show. And you all look very tired. We have plenty of food."
Her name is Synn.
Her name is Synn.
How does Synn spell her name?
Synn.
That's just a ploy.
Good to know. I will say, what time of day is it?
It's approaching evening. The sun is starting to go down. It's about time to make camp. And these people have said they have plenty of food and look friendly.
I'm hesitant. When Nain is like, watch your coin purses, your coin curses.
My
Your-
coin curse.
Plain
My coin
curses.
I legitimately like grab mine and like hold it like within eyesight, like mega skeptical of this demon lady in this mysterious camp.
Subtle.
Trey, I want to sense motive.
Sense motive, sure.
What do I do for that?
It
Is
would
that-
be perception against
Perception?
against her deception.
If
Oh,
she's
well.
lying.
That's a whole 7.
Whole 7.
Mm.
Seems totally straight, sincere. She looks at you and she says we have plenty of seats around the fire. We just got it going. It's going to be it should be nice and warm. We're going to probably put on our show later if you want to watch.
Yeah, I wanna watch.
How much does
Thank
that
you.
cost?
It's free. We're still practicing, so you have to forgive any mistakes.
I must say, Synn, you're surprisingly hospitable for a group of travelers who just rolled up 10 seconds ago. My name is Ani, by the way. These are my friends. You're right. We could use a place to camp if you would host us for the evening. We'd be eternally grateful. I hold out. I can give you some pecans.
Oh well. She
I thought
looks
you
at
were
them.
gonna give her the gem. Here, you can
she-
have this gem.
I don't have the gem anymore. Don't trust me with the gem anymore. I already
No, that shit is in my backpack.
she,
That's good. That's
she takes the pecans and she looks at them for a moment. She says, "Thank you," and she hands them to the gentleman that's kind of standing off to the side next to her. And she says, "That's Jed. He helps me with things. It's very nice of you to offer this. But yeah, we're just happy to see friendly faces. We so often see people covered in blood and wounded. You guys look healthy and not covered in blood. It's
You
nice.
should have seen us yesterday.
Right now. Yeah, I say right now. Caught us on a good day.
Well, we appreciate that. May we sit?
Oh, absolutely. And as she ushers you into the camp, you see that the camp is made up of about 12 tents. And there's a number of people milling about. There's a large fire set up in the middle, and on the other side of the fire there is a curtain strung between two trees. It's purple, gilded with gold. And there's people milling about. They appear to be setting up for a show. And so they set you down in front of this fire.
Okay, couple questions, Trey.
Absolutely.
As I've kind of been stumbling around this camp and kind of sizing it up, is there a trend in the races of these people? Like, is it a bunch of tieflings? Is it like a mix? Is it like...
So far, the only tiefling that you see at this camp is Synn.
Okay.
And the rest of the people around the camp are made up of mostly humans. And there's a couple that appear to potentially be half-elf.
Okay. In a similar vein, do I detect anyone wearing armor or armed?
No. There's a guy swallowing swords, so he's got a few.
I'm guessing he doesn't have quick draw, though.
Yeah.
But other than that, no one is wearing much armor or armed. They're mostly wearing cloth and things like that.
Okay.
All of their clothing seems to be fairly brightly colored, and everyone just is really happy and, just trying to do their, artist thing, man.
Okay. Bunch of bards.
There's
She
one
mentioned-
guy. What? Go ahead.
She mentioned something about food.
Oh, right.
I imagine that's where Bones would be heading.
Okay. Before that, as Gror's still looking around, you do see one guy kind of off to the side. He's kind of leaning up against a tree, just kind of giving you a little bit of side eye. He's got a little bit of a sour look on his face. A bigger guy.
I walk with purpose directly towards him, locking eye contact.
Oh, okay. He says, "How can I help you there, little friend?"
What are you looking at?
Oh, damn. He says, "Well, it's just strange to me how Synn so willingly lets strangers into our camp."
Ah, so you must be the one in charge of security then, huh?
He says, "No." And he points behind him. And you notice behind him at this point, there's a lion's cage with a lion pacing back and forth. He says, "I'm the lion tamer."
Oh. Well. All right. Quick, give me that damn side eye. Let me pet your lion.
He says, "Have you ever handled a lion before?"
No. No, I've not.
He says, I don't know if I should let you pet Bessie."
Well, will you pet Bessie and let me watch?
Oh my god.
I don't know what that means. I need an adult.
Trying to say I like a cat. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
Oh, well, thank you. And so he walks over and he just kind of puts his hand up in front of Bessie and then goes down, and Bessie lays right down. And he starts stroking her head. And he says, and he motions for you to come over. He doesn't say anything, but he's calmly just stroking the lion's head. And he kind of motions that you can pet the lion at this point.
I gently approach and slowly reach out a hand, give him a little touch.
This is getting really hot.
Oh yeah, this is my kind of stuff.
As you reach up, the lion kind of looks at you but you hear Jed kind of go whoa, whoa, and she just kind of calms right down, relaxes
Nice.
a little bit.
Guys, I think we found Gror's weak spot.
I like a
might
big
be
kitty.
cat. It might be cat.
After you pet her a few times, all of a sudden she's just kind of looking at you and starts licking at your hand.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I turn around with a huge shit-eating grin on my face. I'm like, guys, this place is cool. Never mind.
Do we see this at all?
He's just kind of off to the side a little bit. And if you looked around, you'd find Gror petting a lion.
What's the lion tamer guy's name?
Jed.
Jed.
Yep. I'm sorry. He goes by Jed, but he introduces himself finally. His full name is Colin Jeddar. Jeddar.
Cool. Well, thanks, Jed. I like your kitty.
He says, well, stick around after dinner for the show. See what she can do.
Very good.
All right.
Perhaps I shall.
All right. And so soon Synn calls everybody over to be around the fire and says, everyone, come, dinner's ready. So you all gather around the fire. They pass out plates, and they hand each of you a plate of pork, vegetables, and potatoes, and things. It's the steam pouring off of it. It smells absolutely heavenly. And so after a few minutes of everybody digging into their plate silently, Synn looks up and she says, so, where are you all from?
Around here
A
and
long ways from here.
Well, we're all from a long ways, obviously.
My son Nate and I are from the Iron Hills.
Oh.
And when you say that, I stand up, oh, and sit back down.
Oh,
Oh, I see. You wouldn't... Never mind. Sorry, it's impolite to ask. And she...
is this Synn?
Yes.
I look at her kind of confusingly. Confusing? That's not how you look at someone. Yeah, I look at her with a expression of confusion.
With an expression of confusion. Fair enough.
I can't use words today.
She says, I'm sorry, I was just wondering, are you looking for a home?
Oh, shit.
You might say that in a manner of speaking, yes.
She says, well, I'm very sorry to hear what had happened to you. And
Yes.
I hope that you one day find a new home.
Me too.
She turns towards Rhiannon and she says, you appear to be an individual who's lost. Where are you from?
Here and there. I've been traveling for most of my recent memory.
You don't originate from anywhere. You just boop into the world.
It's a long story.
Fair enough.
And it goes,
My background is also incredibly colored. She looks at you. You, young lady, you don't seem to fit in with this group. Where are you from? She's talking to you.
Yeah. I'm from a lot of places. I move a lot. I started out in Neverwinter.
Oh, okay. Wonderful. I've been to Neverwinter. We've traveled from Neverwinter recently. It's been a few days, but we were putting on shows there for some society folk.
How'd it go?
Well, they seem to like it, but our show's getting better all the time.
How long have you been doing this?
Oh, traveling? Longer than I care to admit. Probably the last 10 years or so. We've been traveling up and down the long road, stopping where we can, making the money that we can.
Has this always been your group, or do you pick up strays?
Oh, we're constantly picking up new people. Some leave more quickly than others, but generally we try to keep people around as long as we can.
can I insight check her?
Sure.
I'm getting a sketched out vibe here. Let me see what my insight is. Hold on.
I'm gonna retcon real quick and just say that Bones is actually from Salt. I was trying to find in my notes where she was from.
Oh, no worries.
And I couldn't find it, but I'd never written down for some reason.
No worries.
It's actually Chult.
I rolled an 18 for my insight check.
18?
Yeah.
She's seems completely honest. She's genuine. She's just curious as to where you're from.
Okay. Just making sure they're not going to try to like kidnap us into this carnival.
It's just
I mean,
not
if
that
you
often
want to be in a
that
carnival,
nice
they'd probably
people.
have you. They seem nice.
No, I'm making sure that we're going to be able to leave if we want.
Oh, right. And so she continues eating for a little while. She says, "So wait, why is such an odd grouping of folks traveling south together?"
We don't really have anything else to do. We found each other, and I think it's pretty clear we all come from some sort of crazy broken background, and I think we're all just trying to survive together. Not unlike yourselves.
It's true. Sometimes the only thing we can do is survive.
Staying alive. Staying alive.
Yeah, you can tell by the way I use my walk.
Nina, you were super embarrassed by your dad because you.
No, that was Zart. Nane it would be like, yeah, because he doesn't get it.
How long have you all been traveling together?
Shit, only like a week, I think.
Not long.
Yeah, it's been a week.
Oh, too long.
I could never tell. You're all so close. Anyway.
Yeah.
Uncomfortable silence. Oh well. Since dinner's about over, you must see our performance. We're going to be rehearsing tonight anyway. You must see our performance tonight.
Before she like goes to do whatever, I just want to say quietly to her. I don't want everybody else to hear it. You do a lot of traveling. You've been many places.
Yes. We travel up and down the Sword Coast year round.
By any chance, have you encountered a young man with dark hair, a red cloak? He may have a shield with a raven on it.
This rings a bell.
Where did you find him?
It was somewhere north of here, but he stopped with us for an evening. He didn't say much, but we didn't see him again after that. He was gone by the time morning came.
Thank you. And I have a big smile on my face.
Who dat?
You don't know.
I ask. Who are you talking about?
Okay.
I'm trying to find my brother.
Your brother? Synn asks. Your brother is he missing?
Yes, unfortunately, he went missing. Oh goodness, it must have been about a year ago. I've been trying to find him, but unfortunately, I didn't really have a jumping off point or any clues. This is the first I've heard of him in over a year. You have no idea how happy I am to hear this.
Oh, well, dear.
Family is important.
I'm glad I could be of help. I really am. I really am. I think you were going to love our show. It'll take your mind off of all of these problems.
Yes, please.
And so Synn gathers you up and takes you to the other side of the fire. She says, "We don't need the fire obscuring the view of this wonderful show." And she seats you on some logs that are arrayed kind of like audience seating. And so she seats you on some logs in front of this purple curtain strung between two trees. And as you're sitting there, she says, "All right, prepare yourselves." And and all of a sudden, a horrific illusion appears in front of you, being controlled by a magician behind the curtain. The image of a large lizard with many legs as it swirls purple and yellow and blue and green. Synn
Nane
whispers.
starts to freak out a little bit.
Synn leans in towards Nane, and she whispers to you, "Ignore the man behind the curtain. You won't be able to see him in the actual performance. Once the final set is complete, of course." And then the monster lumbers around the area. It hurries towards you, hissing fiercely, and then moves back toward the curtain. The fog Fog moves in. It's starting to be, it's thick, swirling red as it rolls around the area, enveloping the scene, shutting out to the remaining light of the day. Synn leans in again and she says, "This mist is a personal touch of mine. It needs to set the right mood." And the scene is definitely awe-inspiring. And suddenly, 5 performers somersault into the scene, surrounding the monster. They begin to perform gymnastic-like ballet of sorts, dodging, ducking, thrashing around, doing some sort of interpretive dance that really seems to actually mimic fighting kind of well. The heroes, just as suddenly as they arrive, leap into the air and roll across the ground gracefully. The illusion of the monster and the actors suddenly begins to pull back. It's hard to see them. It becomes very hard to see them. Very, very, very hard to see them.
Is it very hard to see them?
As you lean forward for a better view, you suddenly realize there's nothing around you but your companions and the wisps of red mist giving way to a dense red fog. The actors and even Synn have simply vanished before your eyes. An eerie silence falls upon the area. You can see no more than 10 feet ahead of you, even if you can see in the dark. No, this is something else. The
I grabbed my coin first.
silence is broken by a low growl. Something is headed in your direction.
Oh,
Grab
fuck.
an axe.
I guess, yeah, assume battle positions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I grabbed my coin first. I'm not sure
Oh, I
if this is
grabbed
part
my
of the
axe.
show, but
I
grabbed
grabbed my warhammer. Yeah.
I'm going to assume this is part of the show, but I don't know for sure.
The hissing grows louder until you finally notice a silhouette emerge from the mist 10 feet in front of you. It's about as far as you can see. As it steps into view, you see long, sharp fangs salivating in anticipation. Its eyes glow with anger. This large, 8-legged lizard is an unnatural beast, and it means to do you harm.
I rush at it.
Before you do that, everybody go ahead and make an intelligence check. Sorry, shouldn't tell you the DC.
Oh, fuck.
Intelligence, huh?
Yep.
Wait, no, that one screwed me over last time.
Well,
13.
Oh, not good.
9.
I got a 6.
Me too.
This is intelligence?
Yeah.
We are not very smart.
No, I'm
8.
extra stupid on that roll.
Wait, was I highest with a 13?
Sounds like it.
I think so.
And with
Oh,
that, Bones is the only one that knows this is a basilisk.
Oh, no!
You also know all the things that go along with knowing what a basilisk is.
Oh, man.
Fuck.
We need a phoenix, and we need the sword of Gryffindor. Right now. We need a couple of best friends.
Oh, man.
So,
Pals.
Colleen,
Yeah, man.
you know, and your choice on how much of this you share, but you know that basilisks have a tendency to turn things to stone that meet their gaze.
I immediately turn my back on it and shout at my friends, "Don't look at it in the eyes."
Nice. Pro tips. I go, why?
Why?
It'll turn you to stone.
Okay.
I saw it on the internet.
I saw it on the internet. Oh, lordy. That one.
How are we gonna fight this thing?
That one. Not that one.
Difficult. With much difficulty.
I think I did this right.
Boozy boysy.
All right.
There's so much I forgot to work with.
Okay. So, what's your move here? So far, you've seen the silhouette of this thing pacing around you in the red mist. You can only see about 10 feet. Everything else is completely black, aside from these wisps of mist that you can see.
I rush at it to swing my axe at it.
Yeah, like what? How big is this creature? Like if it's 10 feet away from us, can we see the entire thing?
Boom, you can. Did I get the colors right here? Quick, pulling us out of the action moment.
Yeah, looks. I'm pink.
I'm white.
No, you're not pink in this one. Colleen's pink in this one.
Oh, am I green in this one?
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm orange.
Blue,
in this
white.
one.
Yeah, we got it then. Sweet. So you rush at it and swing your axe.
Yep.
It looks straight at you as you begin rushing towards it. Everybody roll initiative.
Ah, God damn it. All of my dice are sucking today. This one's good.
15.
Hang on 1 second.
Oh, you're gonna go through and ask us. That's right.
Yeah, I'm going to do this on a whiteboard today instead of the app and see if this makes a big difference. All right. Then next up is Grower. What was your initiative?
11.
Nain?
15.
Bones?
7.
Rain? Rhiannon?
And
10?
Okay, right.
Ani?
13.
13. Okay. Nain, what is your dex?
My dex is probably not very great. It's a 1.
1?
Yep.
Okay. You are then that. All right. So, you actually go first, and you're running straight at this basilisk.
Oh, heck yeah.
Let me make sure I do this right. I'm sorry. Okay, you have to make, because the basilisk can see you and you can see it, you need to make a DC 12 Constitution saving throw.
Oh shoot! Is it not just in the eyes? Bad job. Bad job, Colleen.
15.
15. You're good. You're good. So just for how this is going to work mechanically for everybody that's aware, if you're looking at it and it is also looking at you, you have to make the con save.
Cool.
So can we decide if we're
You
looking
can,
at it or
yes,
not?
you can choose to avert your gaze at the beginning of your turn, but then you can't see it. This happens at the beginning of your turn.
When I fought a similar creature, maybe it doesn't matter, God's rules, but you could choose to divert your eyes, and then you get disadvantage on attacks versus it, and
Right.
it gets advantage on attacks versus you.
Ah,
But it wasn't that you
Right.
couldn't attack it.
But no, I'm not saying that you can't attack it. I'm just saying you can't see it.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
Okay,
Yeah. So it is, because you can't see it, it's a disadvantage. So,
Gotcha.
Yeah.
gotcha.
So,
Cool. So Nain, you are up first. You're hitting this thing.
yep, I rage
Okay.
and swing my axe.
All right.
Oh, yeah, 24
24 hits.
Nice.
for 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 points of damage.
13. Nice.
Ah!
Okay.
Barbarian rage.
Nice. All right. And then next up is the basilisk.
Great.
He just bites at Nain, who's right next to him. Ooh. He rolled a 2, so no, he does not bite you successfully.
Nice.
Then next up is going to be Ani.
Great. Okay. I'm gonna do a thing. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do Channel Divinity. So what I'm gonna do, it's Nature's Wrath. So I'm gonna point, or I don't know, gesture wildly at this thing. And Spectral Vines spring up and wait within 10 feet of me. I'm gonna move a little bit closer so it's within 10 feet of me first. But only within 10 feet. Yep. I don't want to be in melee attack with it.
Get like right behind Nain.
That's fine.
Okay.
I just want to be within 10 feet of it. So within 10 feet of me that I can see it, right?
Yep.
Okay, it's got to make either a strength or dexterity saving throw. Its choice. I should probably know what my DC
It's
is.
going to go ahead and pick Dex or Strength.
Yeah, do what you want.
18.
Yep, that saves. So never mind. It frees itself and the vines vanish.
Okay.
That was my turn. Damn it.
Groar. You might be muted.
Thank you. I'm going to cast Spiritual Weapon. It's a 2nd level spell. It's a bonus action. I create a floating spectral weapon within range, which is 60 feet. It lasts for the duration, which is a minute. It can attack things. So I'm going to drop it says it can take the form of whatever I choose. So Moradin's symbol is an anvil. Can it just be an anvil that just whacks him?
Yes, we totally can.
Okay, great. So there's an anvil in the square right behind him, right across from who's that on him there?
This is Nane in red.
Okay, yeah. So kitty corner across from Nane, and that sword will.
Oh, wait,
land.
like here or here?
Yeah, you had it right.
Okay.
The first time, yep. So that's not going to hit for 12. Probably doesn't hit him.
12. Hold on, sorry, I lost my stats. No, it does not hit.
Oh, I also forgot to mention I wasn't looking at him. I think when you said I was muted.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I wasn't either.
That is if you at the end of your turn you look away. He also has to be looking at you, remember, and right now he's looking at Nane and hasn't had a reason to look at anybody else. So as long as you choose to look away at the end of your turn, you're probably fine.
Yeah, I did.
Great. Then I will also move up next to Nane.
Okay.
No, I'll go. I lied. I want to go and stand like on the square above my magic weapon. No, the one. Yep.
I just realized what you meant by above.
Yep. Yeah. From my point of view, yeah. And then I guess that was a bonus action spell. I could use an attack on him.
Yes.
For my action, I might as well. But no. 11.
11. Nope.
Crappy rolls.
Nope.
So that's all I got.
All right, Rhiannon.
I think I'm gonna stay where I'm at. Can I direct magic missile over my friends and to?
Magic missile hits. Yes.
I'll duck if I have to.
Nah, magic missile is magic. It just magics its magic there.
It always hits. Say magic again.
It magics its magic to magic missile magic things.
Nice.
Magically.
Magically.
8 damage.
8 damage.
Yep.
Nane, did you do damage on this thing?
And I'm gonna look away as well.
Okay. As you start to turn, you see your missiles right into this thing as its head snaps and looks straight at you.
Oh boys.
Chelsea, yes, I did.
Next up is going to be Bones.
All right. I'm gonna just walk straight. I'm not gonna look at him. I'm gonna walk straight and try to attack him when I get to him.
Look there.
Put me in one more.
Put me in, coach.
Right behind him, basically?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep, and I have my rapier out. And I roll 13.
13 does not hit, sadly. Did you add the modifier to that?
I did.
Oh, sorry.
That's all right. Oh shoot! Do I have advantage? Am I sneak attacking technically?
Oh, yeah, you are. I forgot you were a rogue. Yes.
Nope. That didn't. Nope. That's a no.
Okay.
That's okay.
Womp womp. Then back around to Nane at the top of the order.
Oh, yeah. So, would I get advantage for flanking with the magical weapon?
Mikey, do you know?
I'm not sure. I'm gonna guess no because it's not a player.
I'm guessing no, too. Can you look while we continue?
I'll Google it.
All right.
You Google it, but it's good to know for later. But I'm going to go ahead and step up next to Gror, so I'm flanking with Bones.
Okay. And technically, he'd be facing this way. We'll try and keep that
Okay.
tracked right. There we go.
Oh, it's a good thing I did that. Plus 5 is 17.
17 hits, definitely.
Nice. For 10 points of damage.
Nice. What is it? Okay. So as you lay your axe into him again, he immediately whips around and looks at you.
Yes.
You will need to make your con save.
All right.
And you notice that your axe, as he whips around, tears a gigantic gash across its back, and it's starting to leak this like silvery basilisk blood fluid.
As I'm making my save, I'll yell at him, I did that to you! Oh, yeah, 17 on the
17.
die.
You're good. You're good. You're
Yeah.
good. Which means he's also no longer looking at Rhiannon. Then next up is going to be the basilisk, looking at you again. He tries to bite you. Ooh, it's going to be 22.
Yeah, that'll hit.
Okay, so that is...
Looks like no. Spiritual weapon does not do flanking.
Okay,
Good to
thank
know.
you, sir. That's going to be 5 piercing damage plus 8 poison damage.
So I have advantage on saving throws against poison. I don't know if that's the same as like poison damage. Probably not.
No, it's not, because this is more like he's just injecting a venom into you. I don't think there's
Okay.
a saving throw on this. Is there a saving throw just on poison damage, Mikey?
Yeah, usual.
It would specify
Yeah, it
the
doesn't.
spell or attack
Gotcha.
description.
Yeah, it
Okay.
doesn't. Yeah, okay.
Cool. So I take half damage because of my rage. So 5 plus 8 is 13, so 6.
We only get. It's
One
only
shot? Don't miss
piercing,
your chance,
slashing,
you know.
and bludgeoning.
Oh yeah,
Oh.
for rage.
Not
So
poison.
I guess it would be. So I take
So-
the 8 plus 2 more, so 10.
Right.
Mhm.
That makes sense to me. Then
Oh, good call.
next up is going to be Ani.
Okay, I'm gonna stay put. 'Cause this thing freaks me out. I'm gonna cast Bless on Grornane. Wait, hold on. I want to look at 30 feet. Yeah, we're good. Grornane and Bones. So, all 3 of you, when you make an attack roll, saving throw, or a saving throw, you can roll a d4 and add that number to the roll.
Helpful.
Thank you.
Out a
You're
D4.
the most welcome.
Sweet. Did I get that too?
Yeah.
And can we decide after we make the roll?
But before the decision is.
Yeah,
I
before
would say-
before
yeah.
before the decision is made, but after you roll. But it's basically you have to be quick.
Okay.
Yeah, basically, if you roll like shitty and you're like, I'm gonna add to that, but before Trey tells you if it was successful or not.
Gotcha.
Must fail.
Okay.
Sweet. Then, do you want to move or anything?
Nope.
Nope. Okay. Gror.
So as a bonus action,
On deck is going to be Rhiannon. Sorry, I should keep doing that more often. Go ahead.
I'm not gonna look at it.
Okay.
As a bonus action, my sword will swing for 16 to hit.
16 will hit.
Super. So that's 4 damage, 4 force damage from the sword.
Okay.
And then I will make my disadvantage attack for my action. No. 7 to hit.
7 does not hit, sadly.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Okay.
bummer.
Hmm.
Sorry.
Yeah, thought that one was good. I guess. Yeah, I'm fine where I am for now.
Okay, cool. Bones. Or, I'm sorry, Rhiannon. Bones is on deck. I'm terrible. I'm the worst. I literally said it 2 seconds ago.
I actually forgot until you said it again. So I'm going to try to hit him with chill touch.
Okay.
Chill, brother.
Chill.
It only counts if you tell it to chill out before you do it.
Dude, chill. But I'm not gonna look
Right.
at him. I'm just gonna like yell at
And
him
remember,
over
Bones, you
and
gotta
over.
scream when you attack.
16 to hit.
16 hits.
Super duper. And that's going to be, a big whopping 4 damage. Wowie zowie.
Hey, every little bit helps. So yeah, you touch it, and the basilisk hide is very strong, but you see a spot on it harden and start to freeze a little bit.
Creepy.
Then next up is Bones with Nain on deck.
Awesome. Am I able to tell where the basilisk is looking?
Yeah, you can tell he's. Okay. You'd have to look at it.
Looking at
You'd have to look at it to tell.
Okay. I'm gonna continue looking down.
Okay.
I'm flanking though. Correct?
Yes.
So it cancels the disadvantage, so you just roll 1.
Yep.
Yeah. Oh. It's a 1.
It's a 1. Oh.
Mm.
Oh no.
You didn't scream. You didn't yell like a barbarian.
I didn't yell.
Yep.
So you're sitting there silently, trying to drive your rapier into the basilisk, and you manage to just kind of like drop it. It didn't go far. You could pick it up again, but
Okay.
That sucks.
its hide is stronger than you expected, and you didn't yell, so of course it's not going to work.
Yeah.
Do you want to move or anything?
No, I'm gonna stay right where I am.
All right, Nain, you're up.
All right. So,
Basilisk is on deck.
yeah. I'm going to swing at this guy again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck a basilisk.
20.
20 hits.
Yes. Oh, rolled a 1 on the damage die for 6.
For 6.
Ugh.
All right. Did you
And then I'll
look at it at any point during your turn?
Oh, I'm looking at him the whole time.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Con save.
All right. 16 plus 5, 21.
You made it. You lucky son of a bitch.
Con is the one that I'm good in. Con and strength.
The basilisk goes still incredibly mad at this screaming dwarven barbarian in front of him. Tries to bite at you and misses for a 11.
Yes.
Then next up is going to be Ani with Gror on deck.
All right, I'm gonna get into this fray. Hey, blessed people! Don't forget that you can bless unless you roll a natural 1. Yeah. Okay. Do I want to look at it? Do I not want to look? Okay. Quick question.
Sure.
Can I flank diagonally with Gror? Is that a possibility?
Yeah.
I'm gonna do that. So I want to get.
As long
into
as
that
you are
fray.
directly across.
Yeah. Okay. So I want to get in like right next to Bones so that I'm flanking with Gror. Now, if I look away but I'm flanking, does that negate and it's just a straight roll?
Yes. Anytime you have an effect that would add disadvantage where you would normally have advantage, or adds disadvantage or adds advantage where you normally have disadvantage, it just cancels it out. It doesn't matter how many times it stacks; it just becomes null, and you make a normal roll.
Cool. So I just make a straight roll. I don't have
Just
to
straight
do
roll.
this.
Yep.
That wasn't. This is with my longsword, by the way, which is out. Plus 2 hit. 17 to hit.
17 will hit.
Yes. That's kind of D8. You know what? I'm gonna do a divine smite as well.
Okay.
Which is just it's gonna add damage, but I haven't done one yet. Oh God. Okay, hold on. I gotta figure this out. Plus 5 plus another 8. Yeah. This isn't a fiend, is it?
No.
False. Are you kidding me? Okay.
Are you kidding me?
I rolled 3d8s and I rolled 2 1s.
Nice.
So that is a total of 13 damage.
Nice.
With my sword.
Yeah, so that's
Stab it in its side.
okay. So you see your sword go in, and the thing kind of just lurches a little bit, and just kind of falls flat on its belly. It's still breathing, but it is not in good shape at the moment.
Good.
And now it's prone.
It's prone. Still looking at fucking Nain, though.
Yes! Ah!
Next up is Gror.
All right. Well, now I will do a bonus attack with my magical sword. Nope. 7.
7?
Yep.
No, doesn't do it.
Now at least I just make a regular attack with my real action here because I'm flanking. So, hey, that's a 20. That's a critical.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Finally, something useful. Okay.
I think you're gonna get it.
I hope so. So that's 7, 13 damage.
Yeah. That's that. Okay. Yeah, so as you just meet your son's level of enthusiasm about killing this basilisk, you just drop the hammer, so to speak, right on its head, smashing it like a watermelon in a Gallagher show.
Beautiful.
Timely reference, too. Super timely reference. But yeah,
Squish.
that thing is just smush everywhere. The basilisk is dead.
Well,
I'll say
sweet.
it didn't turn me to stone, but it got me rock hard.
Nice.
Hey, Trey.
Yeah.
I want to approach the front of the basilisk. I have a poisoner's kit. Can I
Okay.
take out one of my bottles for my poisoner's kit and try to get some basilisk poison?
Yeah, you can.
Has anybody hurt at all? Did anybody take damage?
Yes.
Yeah, I think Nain got hit.
Okay. I will walk up to Nain.
Yeah, Colleen, go ahead and use your proficiency bonus to make a check to draw the poison.
I will. I wasn't paying attention, so I don't know
16.
how much damage you took.
Yeah, you're able to extract two vials of poison.
Thank you.
What'd you say, Nain?
10.
10? Alright. Oh, jeez. I'll give you 5. And I just,
Great.
clap my hands on your shoulders and you get 5 back.
Thank you.
You're the most welcome. Well done.
So, this basilisk is dead in front of you. It's
Oh, yeah. What's going on with the mist? Is the mist still there?
its hide is torn and scarred, still rock hard. The mist is still surrounding you. You can still only see about 10 feet, and you see the red flickering of the mist out further than that. You can't really see further. You're standing in the mist in a group around a dead basilisk.
So apparently these friendly bards weren't quite as friendly as we thought.
Yeah, I've still got my sword out and I'm just gonna yell out, "What the fuck is going on?"
Is there a response to
The old
that?
shout into the darkness technique.
Yeah, nothing happens. You hear as the wind blows a little bit, and a calling of a raven in the distance.
The 3-eyed raven?
It's just a regular one, as far as I know. I didn't make note of its eye
I'm
configuration.
I'm going to start walking into the darkness where kind of, trying to pinpoint where it left, like where the edge of it may have been before it started.
So go ahead and make a wisdom survival check.
Survival check. All right.
With disadvantage, actually.
It's not going to get much worse. Let's see. Oh, it got worse.
You
What was it?
6.
you have a
Yeah.
clear idea of what direction you would be heading in if you just like walked off in that direction, but you have literally no idea where you are in the world.
Okay.
Oh my god.
Well, I'm heading that direction.
Okay.
Best guess.
You start walking. Is anyone following him? He just starts walking.
Yeah, we should stay together.
Yeah, that's the first thing I say would be, wait, we can't see more than 10 feet. Like, don't get too far.
I'll stop and wait for him.
Okay.
Yeah. It's
All
all
right.
hands. Like,
As
kindergarten. Get the
as
light.
you all walk through the mist, you can hear the cries of ravens somewhere in the distance. In the expanse of smog, you can only assume that it's still daylight. As the fog begins to lighten up some, you can see out in the distance about 40 feet now. However, you cannot see above the tops of the trees as you realize you're now standing in some sort of forest. But you still can't see any sky. Occasionally a wolf howls, far closer than you're comfortable with.
Do we still have all of our things with us? Like nothing about us?
You
is
do.
altered?
Nothing about you has changed. Your surroundings are bleak and unchanging. Every tree looks exactly like the last one you passed. You suddenly hear a low, despondent moaning off to your right. Out of the mist, glide four hooded humanoids. They are transparent and seem to float along slowly, just above the ground's surface. They
Oh god, it's the Death Eaters.
take no notice of you as the shadowy apparitions just pass on by.
Can I do another divine sense?
You may.
Celestial, fiend, undead.
Those were definitely ghosts. And off in the mist, you can't see them, but you get the sense that there's plenty more ghosts.
And I'm just going to whisper over, I don't know who's next. Dane, probably. I probably followed immediately after him. These are ghosts.
Ugh.
We shouldn't be here.
They just kind of continue on up what appears to be some sort of path. But as they get further away from you, the darkness begins to close back in around them.
Oh, motherfucker. So wait, they're like,
They seem to be headed somewhere, and they made no notice of you.
yeah, they're heading like away from us,
Mm-hmm.
or they're walking by us, and we're heading in that direction.
You were just walking aimlessly. They just kind of crossed your path and headed down what you can now kind of see as a path that they're walking on.
I kind of want to follow the ghost.
Mikey's muted
Well, they're
again.
obviously going somewhere, and we don't know where we're going.
Yeah,
Well,
I'd
we
rather
don't
go
have the-
somewhere than nowhere.
Yeah, so we don't have very many choices, looks like, at this point.
No, I don't think
Yeah,
we
let's
do.
follow him.
Okay. You begin following the ghosts, and as you make your way down the path, you notice markers on the sides of the path that are just completely blank. You enter, you continue following the ghosts, and you enter kind of a small graveyard. All of the headstones are blank. All of the like weird little tiny temples they build, they're blank.
Mausoleums.
Sure, the mausoleums, they're blank. And the ghosts seem to be heading for a fairly large mausoleum in front of you. It's about 20 feet by 30 feet. And at the center of it, you can see, because it's open, is a stone sarcophagus. You are now at this point in the middle of a fairly large cemetery. You can see 40 feet in every direction around you. Again, all the headstones are blank. All of the markings blank.
Oh, jeez.
This place
Oh,
is
jeez.
odd.
And the ghosts just kind of go through the walls of the mausoleum and gone.
It's like locked off. Like we can't walk in.
No, it's open to the air. You could walk up to the sarcophagus that's there. The sarcophagus is about 10 by 5.
That's big.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we approach.
Yeah, let's go look.
Should we maybe try to be sneaky about this, just in case they all of a sudden?
Do the ghosts seem to be? Yes. Like, are they like
The
They're
ghosts,
not really-
the ghosts are gone at this point. They went into
Right,
the
but
wall of the
before
mausoleum. They just made no notice of you. You all just followed them here.
Okay.
Something doesn't seem right about this place.
Yeah. Maybe we should try to be sneaky about this.
Yeah, I mean, I can sneak up to the sarcophagus and check it out using my sneaky rogue self.
I am not very sneaky.
Mm-mm.
I am also not particularly
Do
sneaky.
you want me to stealth my way up there, Trey?
If you'd like to.
Yep, that's what
I think of all of us, you're our best bet.
Right.
Okay.
22.
Yeah, you can get up there hidden. As you approach the sarcophagus, go ahead and make a perception check.
12.
12. Something about this sarcophagus doesn't seem quite right to your rogue eyes. There is some sort of mechanical device attached to the things clasping the lid down.
Can I mean, do I know that it's a trap? Like, can I sense
Investigation now to figure
I
out the trap.
know. Oh, that's gonna be good. That's 19.
19. You looking at the lid, you see the four clasps are just kind of go in and enter the sarcophagus through these tiny pinholes, and then looking down past that, you see across the edges of around each side of the sarcophagus as you make your way around looking, you see tiny slots where you can only assume blades shoot out to maim whoever is next to this.
Fuck it up.
Okay. I would like to try to disarm this mechanism.
You may. That would be your proficiency with your thieves' tools.
Well,
And how was that calculated again?
Proficiency bonus. Is it +2? Can someone remind me? Or is it? I'm sorry. Proficiency bonus ×2. Someone.
No, it's if you have the
If you-
tools and you're proficient with it, you get to add your proficiency
That's
bonus
it.
to the check.
I
That's
got it. Okay.
Which is going to be. Yeah. Go ahead.
16.
Yeah. So you carefully working through the clasps and where the blades are and the little arms, you begin to slowly disable this trap. And over the course of 20 or 30 minutes, you believe you have it done. But the only way to check it is to try and remove the lid.
Real quick, before she does that, I just want to say I stayed outside. I'm not in the mausoleum. Can I walk around the cemetery and see if there's anything that stands out? Is there a tombstone that is vastly different, or I don't know, any kind of remarkable feature?
As you begin walking around the cemetery, you feel like you are having deja vu as you pass around. So if they're in the center of the thing and you just kind of walk around it, as you begin to pass around one corner of the building, it feels exactly like the first corner of the building. The ground feels the same. The headstones feel the same. The air you're breathing feels the same. As you pass around the next corner of the building, it too feels the same, and so on, and so on, and so on.
It's like a freaky circle.
Not like a normal circle. It's like a freaky circle.
So you've
Great.
disabled this trap.
Yeah, as far as, I think I have, and I'm going to try to open it.
Okay. You will need to make a strength check to get this lid off, though. It's pretty heavy.
Still outside.
17?
17. You feel it budge. You just it moves a little bit, but you can't quite get it.
But the knives don't move. I don't hear any clicking in the
Nope.
mechanism.
Nothing
Okay.
with the trap seems to happen.
All right, I go back to my group, and I look at Nain, and I say, I can't get it, but the trap is undone.
Well, let me see if I can help.
I'm still outside.
And
by the way.
I'll dwarf my way over there.
Okay.
And, try and get this thing off of here.
Okay, go ahead and make a strength check.
Oh, I got this shit. 20.
20? Yeah. You just knock the lid off. And as the dust billows out and clears, The inside of the sarcophagus has the skulls of 4 unknown humans.
Oh god.
And inside the parchment of one is a piece of paper. Or inside the jaw of one is a piece of parchment.
Yeah, yeah.
Gotcha. Right. And I'll push off and walk away. Like that's all she was asking me to do. This is her gig.
Yeah, there we go. It's open.
Because the shit's weird.
I'm gonna peek my head in. What'd you find?
I grabbed the piece of parchment.
Okay. You open it.
I open
And written on it is, a horse outside of the Dripping Dagger Inn is tied to an
wait.
8-foot-long rope. 12 feet away from the horse is a pile of hay. Without breaking the rope, the horse is able to eat the hay whenever it chooses. How is this possible?
What?
Slow down.
It's a riddle.
Say it again.
I'm going to read it again. Now that you all are aware it's a riddle, I'm going to read it again. A horse outside of the Dripping Dagger Inn is tied to an 8-foot-long rope. 12 feet away from the horse is a pile of hay. Without breaking the rope, the horse is able to eat the hay whenever it chooses. How is this possible?
Well, okay, so Zart knows, but I don't know that Nain would know. So do you want us to do some kind of a
Hey, guess what?
check on this?
Chelsea and Ani don't know.
Or are you just
Hold
saying
on
that
one
player
second.
knowledge is character on this?
I mean, at the moment, Colleen, have you read it aloud, or have you just read this yourself? Let's give
guess-
that perspective.
I guess I've just read it, and I'll kind of shake my head and I'll pass it to the next person.
Gotcha.
Okay, so since Nain's right there, obvious choice. So you pass it to Nain. Go ahead and make a general intelligence check.
Okay.
Name,
11.
can you read?
11. Okay.
Yeah, I can read. What the fuck is
So
that?
you read
Hey,
the
when I played a
riddle.
barbarian, I couldn't read.
You read the riddle,
Choice.
and yeah, you read the riddle, and then notice that there's also some sort of strong box built onto the inside of the sarcophagus with a rope tied to it.
Oh shit.
Huh.
What?
There's a box in there.
Okay.
It's like built into it, so it's easy to miss right away until you start connecting the dots with the rope and then blah 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 blah.
Well, I guess Nain would looking at the riddle would say, well, the other end of the rope isn't tied to anything.
For the record, that's the correct answer to the riddle.
I was gonna say a horse is more than 4 feet long, so like if it was an 8-foot rope, you could probably still reach the hay, you know?
I was like, it's a ghost horse. I don't.
Or like somebody's feeding him the hay, I guess. Like,
Because all the riddle
That's
says is that the rope is tied to the horse.
right.
But I don't know what that has to do with that box.
There's a rope tied to the box.
Yeah.
Well, is there a hay pile 12 feet away somewhere? I look around in my immediate 12 feet.
You see no hay.
Okay.
I'll hand the riddle to somebody else. I don't know, and I'll walk away.
I want to inspect. Do I see that box as well?
Now that he's pointed it out, yeah.
I want to take a look at the box a little closer. Can I take a closer look at it?
Sure.
See if there's like anything else on it. 13 investigation check.
Okay. The box appears to have no hinge, no lock, no seemingly obvious method to open it, aside from a place for this rope to be attached.
Wait. The rope is separate from the box, or it's already attached to the box?
The rope is attached to the box.
But is it attached to anything else on the other side of it?
Doesn't appear to be.
Maybe there's hay inside the box.
I tug on the rope.
The box just pops right out of the sarcophagus. It's heavy, but you're able to get it out and back onto the ground.
Is there a horse in the box?
There is no horse in the box.
Now that it's off the sarcophagus, is there a way to open it that I can see? Like the side that was stuck to the sarcophagus? Is there an opening on that side?
Yeah, so if you look at the bottom of that, and it says, it just has a question mark on it.
Hmm. Okay.
What's in the box?
Is there a tree near me? Like we're in the forest, right? Or
I
no, we're
mean,
in a
you're in
cemetery.
like a cemetery. Yeah,
Cemetery.
it's a little ways away, but there's trees nearby.
I drag the box behind me on the rope until I reach a tree, and then I swing the rope and bang it up against the tree.
Okay. The further you get away from the sarcophagus, the heavier the box becomes, to the point where it's dragging a trench in the ground until it just goes no further.
That's some magic shit right there.
I drag it back.
It easily goes back.
Is there anywhere on this mausoleum? Is there a question mark imprint or anything that resembles the box's shape?
Nope, there's no markings anywhere except for on the bottom of that box. Just question mark. And the markings that were on the parchment.
Can I have since walked in, we'll say. Who's got the parchment?
I handed it to whoever was next.
Great, me, it was me. Can I look at the parchment? You said there's like symbols on the parchment?
No. I mean, it's got writing on it. It's the riddle.
Can I look around the mausoleum? Are there like, I don't know, like any markings or any writing or anything that stands out in the room?
Nope, there are no markings on anything in the mausoleum except for the question mark on the bottom of the box and the writing on the parchment.
There's a rope tied to the box.
Mm-hmm.
And the rope's how long, give or take?
3 feet.
Great.
Hey, Gror, what's the elven word for friend?
Melon.
You hear the box go, wah.
Damn.
Yeah.
Well, does anybody have any kind of like magic opening shit? I got nothing.
I don't really. I have no. I mean, I've got a hammer. That's worth a try. That's a magic opening thing, you know.
I have. Oh no, that won't work. Wait. No, that won't work. It'd be weird. This thing isn't like. It's just a box, right? We're not getting like any kind of. I don't know.
I mean, other than it made that weird noise when Gror said, Maylock.
It's melon.
Melon.
It's spelled like melon.
So it's like
Melon.
super duper. It's super duper not a creature, right?
No.
It could be a mimic.
That's what.
That's
Very, very patient mimic.
What other dwarvish words do we know?
Dwarvish words? I laugh. That's all of them.
Well, isn't Melon? Wasn't that dwarvish?
That's Elvish.
Oh, Elvish.
That's
what other
also-
Elvish words do we know?
That's a Lord of the Rings joke. So
I know
don't
it is,
think
but
it's,
like
assholes.
but the box reacted to it, so maybe we're supposed to say something in
I
Elvish
think
to
the
it
box
to get it to
reacted
open.
because they were being
don't-
assholes.
Yeah, I don't think I actually speak Elvish.
I mean, I probably do.
I'm pretty sure.
Maybe the box reacted because you said something out loud.
Oh shit!
So I'm just gonna look at the box and be like, hey, could you just open? Just open,
Wah.
You want to just
please,
open up?
please.
It just
Do you-
wants at you.
Do you have a question?
What language? I'm gonna assume the language. The parchment is written in common.
Mm-hmm.
Did we try saying the answer to the riddle to the box?
Nope, I don't think we did.
No.
I'll go up to it. The rope isn't tied to anything else.
You see the rope that's attached to the box stand straight on end.
Oh, shut
Got a
up.
rope boner?
It's got a rope boner. do you
That rope burn.
do you do anything with this boner rope?
I'll stroke it. Yeah, I'll stroke it.
You pull on the boner rope, the slightest tug on the boner rope, and the box erupts
Oh yeah,
all over like a video game. Just stuff everywhere. It's just a giant mess, gigantic mess.
This is what I came here for.
Yep.
Housing.
Inside
Hey.
this strong box are 2 short swords that glimmer as if they've been silvered. A very fine looking dagger with a golden handle with gems inlaid into it. It's a +1 dagger.
Hey.
Another potion of climbing, 2 potions of healing, and you find a spell scroll that is a little bit hard to identify. Gror. If you look at this spell scroll, you would recognize it as a scroll of locate creature.
Oh, clearly this is a scroll of locate creature.
Right. And then you find 200 gold pieces.
Hey.
Hey.
How many players do we have here? 5?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
What's that? That doesn't divide great, does it? No, yeah, it does. It's
No, 40.
40 each.
yeah.
40. I don't know.
So sorry, there was 2 short swords.
There were 2 silvered short swords.
A +1 dagger, that gold, and some
Gold
potions.
and gems. And then there was 1 more potion of climbing. 2 healing potions. Trey, are those regular healing
Just
potions?
regular healing potions, yep.
Okay.
Well, that's cool.
Great.
Thanks, Magic Box.
I want to walk back out of the mausoleum. Has anything changed, or is it still a freaky circle?
So as you walk back out of the mausoleum, you notice that the world around you has gotten incredibly dark again. The mist has begun encroaching,
Ah, fuck.
and you can't really tell where you are anymore.
Fuck.
And with that, we're going to take a real quick break. I think we're going to end up only... Yeah, we're going to do a real quick break right here. So for everybody watching, we'll be back in 15 minutes, and we will see what the heck is going on with this weird red mist land.
In the meanwhile, while we're on break, make sure you go ahead and follow us on Facebook and on Twitter.
Yeah, follow us on
Yeah.
Twitch, too, so you know when we're going live. I mean,
Heck yeah.
follow us free. Give us a follow. All right.
Twitch it up.
We'll see you in 15 minutes. Hey, welcome back to the stream, everybody. I think Mikey's muted again if he's saying hi.
I was just making a big wide face.
Oh, that's fair too. You can do that. Not a problem. So, we are standing near this mausoleum, right? In what used to be a graveyard, but is now just more of this red mist area.
Safety circle. So I'm thinking. So we're back to we can't see more than 10 feet.
Correct.
Oh, fuck. But like as far as we can tell, like we haven't really moved location. We just this red mist has set in, and
The things around you seem to keep changing. Yep. That's a good way to put it.
So are we
Okay.
still in the cemetery, or is it a completely different setting?
The only part of the cemetery that remains is the mausoleum that you're standing around. Everything else has just gone back to black. Back in black, and the red mist is everywhere. I see a red mist, and I want it painted black.
Okay, really digging deep here. I
I'm gonna-
will. Oh, we're simultaneously going to do something. I was gonna say, I guess I'd just like announce to the group, like, well, if you can't see what's in front of you, you gotta get closer. Shall we just walk in a direction?
I was gonna say I'm gonna walk forward.
Yeah, let's just head off somewhere.
Okay. You all just begin walking. So as you head off in a direction, the mist seems to begin dissipating a little bit again. Visibility now stretches out to around 60 feet. You can see more of the forest around you. It's dark and gray, and each tree still seems to feel and look like the one that you passed previously. The trees drip with this mist, just kind of wisping off the end of their branches. You feel lost. You have no sense of what time it is. You've suddenly run into a road, and this could probably be your chance to find out where in the hell you are.
Yeah, no kidding.
So you find yourselves you're muted again. You find yourselves having walked for a while, that you just run into this road. It goes off to your left, and off to your right. Right.
I say we go left.
Left.
To the left.
Or I suppose, yeah, looking at the road, are there any obvious like tracks or like
You see
signs of
the
someone else being
normal signs of a heavy use road: footprints, wagon ruts, horse clopping.
Okay. No clear, distinct way that everybody's going or anything like that.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah, then whatever. Left, I suppose.
Okay. You want to? Anybody else want to make a vote here?
Yeah, I'm going left.
For me.
Fine, yeah.
Left. Okay. As you begin heading to the left, you realize that there are probably voices down the road, on your right. You hear laughter and what sounds like entertainment, music, and off in the distance you see a guy juggling fire, a man eating a sword.
Oh, I'm pissed now.
It very much reminds you of the camp that you'd encountered previously.
Divine sense again, just to make sure.
Do you see nothing strange about this group?
No senses, nothing.
Mm-mm.
Let's approach.
I did
Okay,
not
yeah.
prepare the right thing.
We begin walking toward them.
Yeah,
Okay.
they've got some things to answer for.
Yeah.
The red mist still is all around you. You can still see out to now about 100 feet. But with the red mist all around you, you begin walking towards the noises. And as you come around a bend, the mist clears, allowing you to see much further than you could before. You realize that this is the large campsite set up in this clearing. There's a sound of a lute, laughter, and there's a man juggling fire, a man swallowing swords. It's a complete sense of deja vu as you walk into this camp. And as you walk up, Synn walks out with a slightly confused look on her face. She's eating an apple. And she seems to be smiling and happy, even though she's confused to see you. She hurries up and she begins walking towards you and beckoning you towards her. Maybe it's a trap. Maybe it's a way out of this freaky madness.
Good question.
Oh, I walk right up to her, slap the apple out of her hand, and grab her by the collar.
Okay, as you go to slap her...
What is your deal, woman?
As you go to slap her, your hand just passes straight through.
Oh shit!
Bitch. Yeah, I was going to ask. So this location that we're in, because we can now see, does it appear to be like the same location that it was before? Or like we teleported, they teleported, and we just happen to be meeting each other in this weird...
I mean, it
freaky
looks and feels exactly like the same location you were in before if it was transported to the darkest, scariest place in the world. Synn looks at you and she says, Why are you mad? This is going to be so glorious.
Going to be? What's coming? What
she said
what hasn't happened yet?
She said everything here is better. He will show you. I promise.
Ooh.
Who's he?
My master.
Who's your master?
I really can't say. I assure you. He's watching though. He knows.
Well, you just said we're gonna see him anyway.
It's for him to reveal, not me.
It's the goddamn lion.
Sorry, guys, I gotta run for a few minutes. I'll be back as soon as I can.
Okay.
Well, okay then, take us to him.
Yeah.
She says, "Oh, I can't do that. But if you just continue following the road, I'm sure he will find you."
Following the way we came?
Oh, just continue on down the road through here. And she points.
The way we came?
All right.
Well,
Or the way like we were going?
The way
already?
you were going, essentially. Yeah.
The way we're going.
Let's just go then. I mean,
I'm mad, but I'm curious.
we don't have any other choice. Like, there's
yeah,
no
like
way
worst
out.
case scenario, we just leave.
Right.
She says, I assure you, I assure you, this will be better.
Yeah, well, you assured us we were gonna have fun, so.
Oh, this isn't fun? And then she just fades away.
Mm-hmm.
Great.
Frustrating bitch.
So you guys continue walking
We continue walking.
in this crazy
That's awesome.
Looney Tunes cartoon style loop. The forest just keeps passing by.
Fucking
The
dumb.
freaky circle!
You suddenly, however, after about what you can only assume is a mile or more of walking, you encounter a rope bridge across a chasm, approximately 80 feet across.
I'll look at the bridge and say, but the rope isn't tied to the other anything else.
The bridge sits there and just sways a little bit in the breeze.
It didn't work this time.
However, when you did lean in, you could look down the chasm, and you look into the chasm, and this chasm appears bottomless. It just fades into shadow.
Does anybody have like a crossbow or anything? Or
Oh, what?
a crossbow?
No.
Is there a rock
I carry a crossbow.
around here? A stick?
Anything you can throw.
Dick.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's rocks and sticks on the ground. It's like gravel road and stuff.
Before you throw the rock or the stick or whatever the hell you're throwing, I'm gonna cast light on it.
Okay.
Ooh, smart.
Okay.
So I'm going to drop this stick down the hole.
All right, so you throw the stick into the chasm. It's a chasm, like a big trench.
Yeah.
You throw the stick into the chasm, and you see it fall and fall and fall and fall, and you see the light slowly fade. And then it's gone. You never hear a
And we can't
sound.
even-
You never see
We
anything.
can't see the light anymore.
No.
Oh, wow.
Shit.
It's far.
Yeah, let's not fall. Let's not do that.
Mm-mm.
Well, okay, so this rope bridge, how rickety does it look?
Go ahead and... It looks solid. It looks... looking at it, you think it would hold one or two of you at a time, but more than that might be pushing your luck.
Not that I want to like send Bones out because I think it'll collapse, but you are the smallest of us, dear.
Okay. Fair enough. I attempt to cross the bridge.
Okay. You approach the bridge. It does, in fact, appear to be about 80 feet across, and the road ends straight into it. It's a rope bridge with wooden planks that fill the gap between the ropes. Looking down into the crevasse below you, you can see that it's filled with the same dense fog that surrounds you now. Because of your stick test, you have no idea how deep it is. So you begin crossing. You get to about the middle, and the bridge just starts to sway heavily. Go ahead and make a dexterity saving throw.
Oh, fuck.
23.
You're good. You manage to hang on and ride with the bridge as the wind settles back down. And it takes a minute, but the bridge settles back down as well. And you carry on across. You make it across without incident.
Do I see anything immediately on the other side that is concerning?
The other side of the bridge looks exactly like the side of the bridge you came from, only your friends aren't there.
Okay.
Can we see her? Can she see us?
Yep, you can see her across the chasm.
I wave at her.
Go ahead.
How far across was it?
It was about 80 feet.
I wave at Bones.
I want to try to cross this, but I kind of want some backup as well. So I've got rope, but I only have 50 feet. Is anybody else carrying rope? Can we like tie ourselves to each other?
I'm
Just
willing
in
to bet
case.
that I do. Because I'm pretty sure I have an adventurer's pack, and I'm pretty sure that comes with rope.
It does.
Yeah, I've got 50 foot of rope.
Yeah.
I mean, you only need 5-10 feet to tie it to tie off in pairs. If you want to do more than that, you can do more. But
Well, I mean, if we only want one person to cross at a time, we'd have to tie and have that person cross.
oh, you're thinking like go all the way across and then
Yeah.
get the rope back, go all the way across. Okay, I see what you're saying.
Yeah. Well, like tie in pairs. Cause
Yeah,
then
yeah,
one
I
can
know.
go, and then-
I see what you're saying.
Mm-hmm.
Is that the plan?
Sure.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea.
I'll just say you guys can muster up the rope. It's not a problem. I'm sure you have it between all of you and your adventurers kits. Okay. So you muster up the rope and begin crossing across the bridge one by one. Maine, we'll just start at the top there. Go ahead and make a dex check. As you begin to cross the bridge, it sways.
Name would go last.
Yeah?
Heights are a bad thing.
Okay, so you're the anchor. You're going to hold the rope. Got you.
Okay.
So who's going to cross the bridge next?
I
Oh,
will.
well,
All right.
go ahead.
All right, so Ani's going across the bridge. Go ahead and make a dex check as the rope bridge again begins to sway as you get to the middle. It's beginning to seem like this is not a coincidence.
This is not what?
A coincidence. It's something is causing this bridge to sway.
Oh, shit. Oh, great. Not the wind. Oh, that's not bad! Yes! 18.
18. Nice.
That's a 19 with a modifier of -1.
So you manage to hang on as the bridge sways violently as you reach the middle and you press forward, making it across. Who's up next?
I'll go.
Rihanna? Okay.
Dex, you said?
Yep, you begin working your way across the bridge, and it begins to again sway violently as you get across. Make a dex check.
I rolled rolled a natural 1.
No!
So, as you're getting to the middle of this bridge, you immediately, as it begins swaying, it sways up too far, and you fall down into the crevasse with Nain tied to the other end. Nain, make a strength check.
Oh, fuck.
All right. 18 on the die plus 3, 21.
21. You're able to pull back on the rope and arrest her fall and keep her from falling down into the crevasse. But as you fall into the mist, you still don't see the bottom of this crevasse 80 feet down.
Oh.
And you come swinging and smash into the side of the cliff.
I bet that sucks.
5 points of bludgeoning damage from the swing and smash into the cliff.
Yeah, but you're the squishiest.
I am pretty squishy.
And so Nain pulls you back up, and the only way to get across this bridge is to try again.
Oh.
Okay.
Sorry, I had to do it
And
with our
there's-
friends.
No worries.
And there's still the red mist at this point, right?
Yep. You can only see across the bridge and not much further.
Okay.
Give or take, how long is the bridge?
80 feet.
Okay.
We have a
Okay.
rope.
So I rolled a 14 this time.
Okay. Yeah, you managed to barely hang on this time, remembering the fall and the horrible impact back into the cliff face. You managed to hang on this time.
Here's a thought. I don't know if I tried this before, but I might as well just cast light on myself to
Mhm.
see if that has any effect on the mist. I don't know if we tried that.
Yeah, they did just a minute ago. It doesn't seem to.
Well, we threw a rock that had light on
True.
it.
Very true.
Right.
But Rhiannon makes it across safely at this point. Gror, I think you're the next one up because
Super.
Nain
I
wants
would-
to be last.
I would. Oh, has Ani already gone?
Yeah, I went second.
Oh, okay.
Yep. So Gror begins making his way across the bridge, and as you reach the middle of the bridge, Gror, like everybody else, when you get to the middle of the bridge, something is causing this bridge to swing violently, and you have to make a dexterity saving throw.
Oh boy, that is not my strong suit.
All right.
Oh, not good. Let's see what a total is at least. Yeah, 8.
8.
8.
As the bridge swings violently, it tips you. It almost basically flips over and tips you off, and you begin plummeting down into the chasm.
Cool.
Luckily,
Braces for
you were
impact.
tied off on the rope, and Nain braces to catch you. Go ahead and make a strength save.
21 again.
21. You lean back and again just feel the impact of your stout father on the end of that rope. And you take 5 bludgeoning damage, smashing into the cliff face.
Now we pull you back up.
You pull you back up, and the only way across this bridge is to try again.
Well, yeah, I mean, yeah.
Okay.
Second time's a charm. I guess, I don't know if I have anything to, like, help him with a strength check. I don't think so. Define...
Bless is gone, by the way, guys. Like, big
Yeah.
time.
Yeah.
No, all my spells are, like, attacks. So, doesn't really help.
No,
me
you're
there.
good. If you can
So,
make
yeah.
the dex check, I don't
Hopefully.
have to make the strength check.
Yeah, well, hopefully I'll get better than an 8. So, yeah, I try again. That's dexterity tray.
Yep, and the bridge, when you get to the middle, starts swinging again.
I was like, this seems awfully familiar. Hey, 13?
Sorry, got something cold. Yes, that'll do it.
Hey, okay.
That'll do it.
Okay.
That'll do it. You make it across the bridge, and the only one left to make it is Nain. And so,
So I'd say, Nain, I've got the other end of this rope. You tie yourself off, and I'll hold on now while you go across.
Exactly.
Yep.
Yeah.
so you begin making your way across.
I'm
I
strong.
would do that too, but you're probably stronger than I am. If I had to guess, a little stout dwarf.
I got 20 strength, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, you are.
So go ahead and start making your way across the bridge and roll a dexterity saving throw because it gets violent when you get to the middle.
Oh, yeah. 19 on the die plus.
Yeah, no,
So
you're good.
20.
You're good. You make it across the bridge. Everybody successfully made it across the bridge. And as you step off of the bridge collapses into dust and falls into the chasm behind you.
How did it know?
It's like magic.
It's a freaky bridge.
It's a freaking bridge.
Not like a regular bridge.
So the road continues on down in front of you here. It begins. The mist begins to clear and thin out, and you hear the hustle and bustle of a small town in front of you.
Is it still nighttime? Can we tell?
It's very hard to tell the time of day. You begin to reach the outskirts of what you can only assume is a town, out in the middle of this strange darkness.
I hate this place. Well, we can't go back the way we came, so we gotta go forward.
Yep.
Let's do it.
Yeah, I suppose.
As you get nearer and nearer and nearer to the town, the mist begins to clear more and more and more. And as you reach the edge of the town, you begin to see people just going about their normal lives, oblivious to the madness that is this place.
Huh.
A gentleman walks up and he says, "Who are you? You look strange to be here."
Yeah, we're pretty strange.
What is this
where are we?
place?
He says, well, you have reached the finest city in the world, my young lady. Barovia. Welcome.
Barovia?
Barovia.
I don't think I've ever heard of this place.
He kind of looks at you incredulously. He says, "How have you never heard of Barovia?"
We're not from around here.
Have you ever heard of Neverwinter?
So he looks at you and he says, "No. Why would I have heard of such a silly place?"
Mm.
He
Yes.
kind of scoffs
It is a
at you.
silly place.
He kind of scoffs at you and begins walking away.
Goodbye.
I don't think we're in Kansas anymore, Toto.
Yeah.
You enter this strange-looking village, and everything around you is giving off a very eerie gloom. Even the people and the buildings. There is a sense that everything is imperfect, even if only slightly. The air is dank and cold.
Nice.
The people look dull and homely. You pass a portly bald man who's combing his horse's mane. He looks up unenthusiastically and says, "Welcome to Barovia, strangers."
Thanks.
Hey, what's up?
And I know we just took a break, but we're going to go ahead and end here.
Oh no.
Oh.
Dun dun dun.
Oh, I don't like
With the
your face.
strange man in the mystery city.
With the strange man in the mystery city.
In the
Oh,
mystery
man.
Misty City.
In the mystery misty city. Yep. So,
All right.
I hope that was fun. Thank you, everybody, who watched. I hope in metagame land, everybody realizes what we're about to do, and it's going to be really fun. So,
Nope.
nope. Well, then, cool. Stay oblivious. It'll be even more fun.
Ani doesn't know. Chelsea doesn't know.
Awesome. Well, thank you for watching our show. We will be back next Sunday at 4 p.m. again. Usually we play until 7. I'm stopping a little bit earlier this week, just because it's a really good spot to let it hang for a week. So we're going to do that. And next Saturday, we're starting a new show. It's currently an unnamed puzzle show. Maybe it will just be called the Unnamed Puzzle Show. Maybe we'll roll with that.
You have to call it puzzles because that's the puzzle.
Oh! And then playing with myself will also begin happening every Saturday at 7 p.m. Puzzle show 1 p.m. Playing with myself 7 p.m. here on this Twitch channel. Anybody else have anything cool they want to throw on the end of this thing?
Yeah, remember to follow us on Facebook. Search for Attack of Opportunity. Follow us on Twitter. It's at Attack of Op, just OP. Same here with Twitch. Make sure you give us a follow, and then go ahead and select at the top where you can receive notifications, and you'll get emails and notifications whenever we go live with any of our shows.
Yeah, do that.
Also, if you like dank D&D memes, follow
Yeah.
us.
Yeah, we're really good. We're really good at pulling out the best of the best D&D names. We can actually, Colleen, wait. I got it. Over here. No. Oh, God, over here. Colleen, down there. It's her. It's all Colleen. Oh, my gosh. It's all weird directions for me. I don't know.
Yeah. it's all
Anyway.
backwards.
This was a fun session. I hope everybody else had fun. I hope you guys enjoyed watching it, and we will see you next Sunday for more of the same. Bye!